It's another day in my life as a data analyst and a Power BI developer in Lagos, Nigeria. Recently, I started something called Operation Optimize Power BI Data Flows. If you're wondering what a data flow is, think of it as a pipeline that brings data from different sources, transforms it, and prepares it for reporting in Power BI. The problem was that our data flows were tied to individual reports. So instead of organizing the data flows around the different business units, each report basically had its own data flow. And one particular data flow had about 16 active but completely unrelated tables. Yeah, that is not exactly the structure we want. So the goal was to restructure the data flows around business units instead. For example, finance-related tables would live in a finance data flow. Operations-related tables would go into an operations data flow, and so on. This makes the data environment easier to maintain, reduce duplication, and give us a much better foundation to scale. Phase 1 was already completed, and that involved reviewing the existing data flow structure, identifying bottlenecks, checking refresh schedules, and documenting my findings. Then came phase 2, and one thing that really made the process faster was brainstorming with ChatGPT on how I could approach the restructuring. But I also made a mistake. I didn't inform the end users early enough, and because restructuring the data flows could temporarily affect their existing reports, that was something I definitely should have communicated upfront. I initially thought I would finish everything in a day or two, but now I know better. Anyway, before moving on, I took a little snack break with this cruncher honey sesame coated peanuts. I don't know if it's called sesame, and I cannot get over it. It's just too good. Anyways, after crunching, I went back to work and started documenting the actual steps for phase 2. First, I defined the business units, then I identified shared tables. So basically, shared tables are tables that are being used across multiple reports, so that instead of duplicating those tables, they could be grouped into a separate shared data flow. I also defined naming conventions for the data flows and tables, mapped each table to its respective data flow. Once I had the business units and active tables mapped out, I started importing the tables into their respective data flows. We already had 4 data flows, and I had defined 4 business units. So instead of deleting everything and starting from scratch, I simply renamed the existing data flows, removed unrelated and inactive tables, and then imported the tables according to my new mappings. And that's how phase 2 started coming together. In the next video, I'll show you the other steps I took during the restructuring. Hi guys, and I'll see you in the next video.